Hailing a cab in big cities like New York and Washington has gotten even easier with mobile apps like Uber and Halo. But for people in developing countries, catching a cab on the street can sometimes mean putting their life at risk.
In a lot of the capitals of Latin America, it's still pretty unsafe to hail taxis. There are a lot of what they call here either cloned or pirate taxis, which are just people from gangs that sort of have a taxi and they pick up passengers and they do what they call the paseo millonario, which is they try to pick foreigners and unfortunately they rob them, they steal their money, and in some incidences they actually go into violence.
That's where Andres and his partner Juan got the idea for an app called Tappsi. Working out of what used to be his grandparents' home in the outskirts of Bogotá, the app lets users order a taxi on their mobile device. Andres and Juan launched Tappsi a year ago.
And we started realizing that it wasn't just a problem from the passenger's perspective, but the taxi drivers didn't have an efficient tool to book rides. So that's when we sort of realized that there was two needs that hopefully we could address with a new innovation.
An innovation which Gutierrez hopes will have mass appeal.
In Bogotá, in Latin America, it really is the base of the pyramid form of transportation. On a daily basis in Bogotá, 1.3 million people ride taxis. It's more than the population of San Diego. In Bogotá and other cities of Latin America, it's really either bus or taxi.
That user demand has catapulted Tappsi to one of Colombia's best-known app success stories. All this for an app that spent very little on marketing.
We've spent less than $80 in marketing. We did a Facebook ad and that was it, and it was just viral. Viral because of the need. I think the product really responded to an untapped necessity, and it just sparked.
But in Colombia, finding venture capital and seed funding is still in its infancy.
After receiving so much no's, we said, all right, funding probably isn't the best route right now. What else can we do? So we started looking at the government for funding, and we started looking for our own savings to sort of put that money into the capital, and that's how we can pay salary to these 12 people behind me.
Colombia's Ministry of Technology is investing big in high tech, hoping to promote an ecosystem of innovation through two programs, one called Impulsa and the other called Apps, which works like a startup incubator.
We're creating an ecosystem where everyone knows that this is a great opportunity for them to do business, but also to make our country more competitive, reduce poverty, and create more jobs.
Gutierrez has ambitious plans for Tappsi.
Our personal goal is to arrive to Quito, Lima, and Caracas, which are three capitals that we think have yet to have an app that really resolves the transportation problem in reference to taxis. So we want to go to those countries in the next 8 to 10 months.
Big plans for Tappsi's growth, but it's not just about growing the company.
We're starting to see a lot of my generation of people who worked either in banking in New York or in startups in Silicon Valley to come back to Colombia and say, you know what, I want to put my two chips. I want to see if I can help Colombia sort of, one, change that stigma that we're just a drug-related country and that something good can come out of Colombia.
Changing the country's perception to those outside of Colombia, while at the same time making it safer for Colombians to get around. Ruben Ramirez, TheStreet, Bogotá.